Right, sorry about that, it ran out. The plan is so disastrously ill-conceived it almost sounds like something Comrade Bernie Sanders would try to implement if elected president. Tet also reports how this entire effort may cause even more people to become infected. Of course. Tyranny. Second Amendment. Other experts, such as US-based China Affairs Commander A. Lai, were sceptical that taking body temperatures can accurately identify coronavirus patients, particularly as Chinese medical experts have already confirmed that some people infected with the virus may not exhibit symptoms during the incubation period, a time span of up to 14 days. It's 8 days the incubation period is, but can still spread the virus to others. Yeah, you can spread it, but a lot of people don't even have... So yeah, this is really sick, because a lot of people don't even portray the temperatures, so it's not going to work. But I suppose they're on that theory of getting 75% of them. She also questioned the authorities' decision to send suspected patients to quarantine centres as they could cross-infect each other. Exactly. If you see the videos that Chinese netizens filmed of the quarantine centres and makeshift hospitals, you will know immediately that even healthy people will be sick in that environment. I said on a Chinese language commentary show on YouTube, Wuhan netizens shared videos of the conditions at those facilities, saying that there is no medicine, no medical staff, very limited food and drinking water, as well as cold, unsanitary environs with unstable electricity. In other words, it's a communist utopia. With this plan, China is making Venezuela's dumpsters, diving, mass starvation, apocalypse look like a fun day at the park. Well, well, well. A fun day at the park from Venezuela, yeah? China, there they go. They look like hospitals to me, do they you? Got the iron bars on them. There you go. China's hospitals are military-run quarantine prison camps with bars on the windows. Remember when Hillary Clinton said that FEMA camps are fun camps in China? Military-run quarantine prison camps are called hospitals. All the rooms have bars on the windows to prevent patients from escaping while held under armed guard by military troops. Here's a recent photo of one of these facilities under construction. Notice the bars on every window. They're welded into place. More videos of these quarantine prison camps. A good lad, old Ike Adams. He's a libertarian. Hospitals can be found at national... Oh, right. What was that I said there? More videos of these quarantine prison camp hospitals can be found at nationalfile.com. Cremation vans running 24/7 as dead bodies are pulled out of the quarantine prison camps and piled into vans. Just as the quarantine prison camps are being rapidly expanded to hundreds of thousands of beds, news is leaking about the so-called cremation vans, which are collecting dead bodies and ferreting them into cremation ovens to eliminate the dead as quickly as possible. In a bold claim, Chinese language news outlet Initium believe that Chinese authorities have been cremating bodies in secret, reports The Sun, UK. This week, they interviewed people working at local cremation centres in Wuhan, where the virus originated from, who said bodies were being sent directly from hospitals without being properly identified and added to the official record. As the Washington Examiner relates, also one thing that #China is hiding is the number of deaths caused by the virus, tweeted Deutsche Welle reporter William Yang. Credible Chinese media outlet Initium News interviewed people working at local cremation centres, confirming that many dead bodies were sent directly from the hospitals to the cremation centres. The mass cremation of the dead is one way China avoids having to report both infections and deaths. After all, there's no need to test a person after they're turned to ash, so the coronavirus can't be explicitly blamed for their death. Plus, the hot fire burns away any last shred of any virus. I'm going to repeat this again. The mass cremation of the dead is one way China avoids having to report both infections and deaths. After all, there's no need to test a person after they've turned to ash, so the coronavirus can be explicitly blamed for that. So the coronavirus virus can't be explicitly blamed for their death. Plus, the hot fire burns away any last shred of any virus. So there's no evidence. The final solution is so ingenious by communist standards that the Chinese regime will no doubt soon expand this practice to the living too. You've got to laugh, haven't you? Because if you don't laugh, you either go crazy or scream, but it's actually happening. And remember, we in the West now follow what Chinese do, because the people that want to rule us, like in places like the European Union and places like Canada, you know, they're authoritarian. The media is pretending the following photos don't exist, claiming the pandemic is imaginary. As an interesting note about the level of mass mental illness, which has spread even faster than the coronavirus itself, the lying mainstream media continues to claim that anyone reporting the truth about the coronavirus pandemic is a fearmonger. That's me. Yeah, that's right. Even as though same media pundits practically claimed the world was coming to an end when the measles was spreading at Disneyland a few years ago. That tiny measles outbreak produced exactly 0 deaths. Now the media seems to be claiming that there is no coronavirus pandemic and everybody is just imagining it. Somehow, anyone who even dares to talk about the reality of the pandemic in China is immediately branded a fearmonger. Remember, this is coming from the same line mainstream media outlets that told us President Trump was working for the Russians. And if we didn't urgently remove him from office, he would sell Alaska to Putin and throw all the children of the world into cages. So yeah, you can't really believe anything the mainstream media reports. They don't know the difference between a pandemic and a pan. But that's why it's so important to show the world the photos of what's really happening in China. This photo shows a parcel image of one of these cremation vans, i.e. ambulance in China's twisted word games, as men in hazmat suits prepare to load up the body of another victim who collapsed dead on the sidewalk and apparently bled out. I actually haven't got a picture of it. It's only partial. There's only a partial picture at the bottom where you can't really see it. It's nothing. But that's it. That's it. The kids want to go to the restaurant, but this is where we are. And it's not a very nice place to be. What can I add to it? Fucking hell. February the 8th. I mean, let's hope. There's people died here, a lot of people by the sounds of it, and they died in disgusting, horrible circumstances. Hitler-right circumstances, the sort of way Hitler killed people. And I'm not, because if tomorrow, and you know, come Monday, right, that it really does start to fade away, this coronavirus in China, then they can stick their heads up and say we had to do what we had to do, right? And to a certain extent, it's hard to argue